Good morning. Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience as I did contract COVID and was out for a little bit with that, and then had some travel plans that have been in place for quite a while right after that. So, appreciate you continuing to tune in when you can and utilizing the recordings when I'm not able to make it. So good to be back here. I was able to practice Qigong in the desert last weekend, and that was really lovely. And just really appreciated going through the whole practice without myself guiding it or having somebody guide me, and really digging into the practice from an internal place. So just wanted to pass that along and recommend to you, if there's kind of a body memory that you have of this practice or portions of this practice, to try it on your own without guidance, as a means to just deepen your practice and deepen your connection to it from an internal place. And it always helps to be in a beautiful outdoor environment. It was pretty lovely as well. We do the best we can in these wintry months up north. So let's begin to settle into our practice today, landing in our breath, focusing our awareness into the sensations, contact with the floor, the feet, and finding your stance, figuring out what width between the feet feels stable as you bend your knees, comfortable, allowing that tailbone to hang and relax, creating some traction as the tailbone hangs to the earth and the crown of the head pulls up to the sky, feeling space in the spine. And if you want to take a few deep breaths, inhale through the nose, exhale as if you're blowing through a straw out the mouth. You can roll your shoulders on your inhale, exhale, relax, letting the arms hang. Little space in the armpits as you continue your deep breath. Feeling that awareness located in the lower dantian, the hara, the ka, your center. Relaxing up through that central line, feeling the diaphragm and solar plexus relax. The heart through the tongue and throat, to the mouth, into the eyes. Feeling it relax down from the center through the pubic bone, the perineum, the pelvic area, releasing any tension or holding here as we inhale and exhale, expanding and contracting. Inviting a smile into our practice, we'll begin our gentle arm swings centered through the ka, through the lower dantian. Feeling the undulation, the wave like motion of your breath, expanding and contracting. And softening the breath, becoming more relaxed. Returning to stillness. A gentle twist in the spine. Integrity through your structure, while finding flow and ease around the structure, muscles, the fascia. And returning again to stillness, centering, grounding. Arms to each side. I'll swing one in front, one behind. Letting the arms fall into the side of the body when you're ready. And our final arm swing, tapping gallbladder 21 on the top of the shoulders and the kidney area, gate of life around lumbar 4, the low back. Touching into this vigor, connecting to the breath. And returning to center again. And let's warm up the neck, chin to chest, eyes to the sky, feeling that expansion, that traction in the spine as the crown of the head reaches, tailbone is heavy. Let's glide along this axis as we look left to right. Spacious and fluid. And then ears to shoulders. And we'll circle the head fully, using the hands to support the neck. And also that active spine to support the neck so we don't feel any crunching or pain. And if you do, you can just back off. You can also just do half circles from ear to ear, shoulder to shoulder. If the full circle doesn't feel good to your spine. And coming back to center, we're going to roll the shoulders. And reverse. Shake it out. We'll do our 3 staccato breaths in through the nose. Exhale. Shake it out again. And we'll do our full arm swings. And just a reminder that you can modify your practice to take care of your needs and reverse that circle. If you need to sit or use a wall or a chair for balance, and the other side, or just simply take a break and come back. You can even sit and just picture the exercises in your mind if your body doesn't feel up for it today, and we'll reverse. And participate in the breathing, the centering, and the awareness. Next time we'll come around into our wrists. And reverse. Open and close the fingers. We'll inhale to the sky. Exhale to the earth. And on your next exhale, clapping the hands together. Feeling that vigor through that lower dantian breath. Bring this to the lower back. Feeling the body awakening. Noticing the sensations of aliveness. And we're going to tap this area of the body. Massage again, hands resting here on the lower back for some kidney breath. Inhale, expanding the lower back into the hands, slight tuck of the tailbone. Exhale and relax. One more kidney breath. And we'll bring this around the waist belt. Feeling this simple touch, connecting the lower dantian to your gate of life. This space in the body that houses the lower dantian, this energy center. Hands on the hips. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. Feeling that tailbone hang, pulling up through the crown. And small circles. Noticing the integrity of the joints from the ankle, the knee, through the hips. As you circle, and larger circles. And reverse. And coming to stillness again. We're going to move into our wider stance, hands on the knees. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do a gentle twist, looking over the shoulder. Inhale back and looking over the other shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Feeling that spine twisting from the tailbone up through the crown of the head. And coming back to center, we'll try a new movement. Feet come together a little bit. And doing a gentle squat, hands are on the knees. We'll inhale, and when you exhale, reaching up to one side, that same knee straightens as you look up. And then we'll come back to center. And we'll do this to the other side. We'll straighten the left knee, reach to the ceiling, looking up at that hand. And then we'll come back. Opening up the side body through the hips, the rib cage, sides of the neck. One more time. And then gently roll up, tucking the tailbone, coming up to a standing position. And then we're going to roll down. So check, tucking the chin, rolling the spine, coming into your ragdoll hang. Knees are slightly bent. And grabbing the elbows if you'd like. You can shake your head, yes and no, or sway the spine, whatever feels good. Just following the flow of the body as it breathes and moves. Releasing the elbows, bending the knees, and tucking the tailbone as we slowly roll up and coming to a spinal breath. Inhale to expand the chest and arms. Exhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone, reaching forward into a C shape. And undulating the spine and breath. So we bring awareness into tension and holding, seeing if we can soften the edge between the inhale and the exhale, like a wave coming to the shore and retreating back into the sea. And exhale. We'll throw it back a couple times. Shake it out. And coming into your knees. Feet together, hands on the knees. We're going to circle the knees. And reverse. Stepping to one side. Let's massage. And slow, gentle slapping. Awareness in the knees. Moving to the other side. And we'll move now into the ankles. If it's available to you to lift the knee, to let the ankle hang, or you can keep the foot closer to the floor. And again, always using any support with balance if you need. Breathing through that lower dantian. Shake it out. And the other side. Shake it out. Or bicycle legs. Again, moving through the core, through that lower dantian breath. And the other side. And coming into our stepping lightly. Maybe a space for big breath or some sounding as we release any tension in the body, or habit, energy, rigidity, patterns. Touching into spontaneous curiosity, joyful, playful. And we return to stillness, finding our stance. We'll inhale and exhale with a clap. Bring this to the eyes. Moving around the face, the jaw. And coming through the head and ears. And the neck and shoulders. The throat. Open and close the jaw a couple times if you'd like. Coming down the chest. And we're going to tap with our cupped hands around the belly button. Feeling the vibration through the abdomen, through the internal organs. And we'll circle this around, palm over palm, resting here. The lower dantian. And releasing into our rattling the bones, shaking the leaves. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And coming to stillness. We'll inhale the hands to the sky, the light of the universe pouring through the crown of the head, pouring through your hands. Wash down the body. Breath and awareness through the feet into the earth. When your next exhale, hands come to that lower dantian, the sea of chi. Hmm. And ending with our 10 full body swings. Inhale and exhale. And then coming back down to the lower belly. And when you're ready, stepping out of your stance, shaking things out a little bit, we're going to move into our inner alchemy transformational practice, the 6 healing sounds, the inner smile. When you're ready again, we'll mindfully step into our stance. So we'll inhale as we shift the weight, exhale, stepping out, landing here, knees bend. Inhale, up the spine through the crown, roll the shoulders, exhale, and relax. Just taking a moment, making any micro adjustments to your stance and grounding your breath into the lower belly, feeling it relax and soften through that central line, through the nose, the back of the throat, the tongue, heart, solar plexus, diaphragm, lower dantian into that perineum down through the tailbone. Inviting this smile, this quality of a smile that we cultivate in our inner smile practice. And just touching this quality and its truthfulness and its reality as it exists in the field and this energetic reality around us, this quality of smiling. Noticing this quality alive in the eyes, in the face, the throat, and the tongue. This quality alive in your heart, like a wave moving down through that central line, all the way down into the tailbone. And opening the eyes, 10 pink cheese. Inhale and exhale. Roll those shoulders forward, leading with the elbows. And then we're going to come into your lungs, closing your eyes, hands resting here, looking inside. And touching your lungs today with this presence, this awareness. We relax back from a doing or fixing energy as we just show up. Just noticing the simplicity of this kind of presence. In a way, there's a relief as you get out of the way. Just receive your lungs today, allowing whatever needs to be felt or seen, known to be here with us today. And whatever comes up, we don't follow this thread, but just hold it and feel this presence with the lungs. And that simple touching, this presence, the softening of any structures of grief, sadness, maybe held in the body or in the mind, feeling it soften. You go of the tightness of this structure, allowing it to let go. And in this space created as we soften this sadness or grief, looking for this quality of courage, righteousness that may be present here, felt and known. Healing sound for the lungs, the metal element, the color of white is xia. So we'll inhale, exhale with a burst. Xia, 3 times. Xia, xia, xia. 3 ping cheese. Roll those shoulders forward, landing in your lungs. Thanking your lungs. And deep gratitude for the metal element as we move now from metal to water in the creation cycle. The hands will come to the backside of your body. I'm going to look inside to smile into our kidneys today. Repeat this practice weekly, or for some of us more often, to strengthen this integration, this connection, this awareness, the kidneys, of the internal organs. And in this 5 element Qigong tradition, there's this recognition of the emotional qualities that may be held in these organs or processed through these organs. We're touching your internal physical structures. And this presence, maybe a softening of the structures of fear. Feeling the adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys, touched by this presence. It's relaxing. In that softening, there may be more space for this quality of inner quietude, deep spaciousness, wisdom, to be known, to be felt, to be present in the body. The healing sound to the kidneys, the water element, the color blue. We inhale as we massage the kidneys, exhale, chui, 3 times. Chui, 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 3 ping cheese. Roll those shoulders forward, leading with the elbows and resting here again in the kidneys. This organ system, this element associated in five element Qigong theory with the season of winter. And protecting the vitality and aliveness in the kidneys. We keep this area warm. I often refer to it like stoking the hearth, this kidney connection to that lower dantian. This is also the seat of your ancestral qi in traditional Chinese medicine. So that life force and vitality inherited from your parents. A deep gratitude for our ancestors, for this deep wisdom, silence, spaciousness. We'll say goodbye to the kidneys and we'll move now to wood element, the right side of the rib cage as we look inside and smile into our livers. Just noticing your process, how you can land here, what it feels like to be in full awareness and presence, the liver. Without any doing or fixing. So if you find yourself kind of in a protruding energy or moving into the liver, you might want to notice that, relax into a more receptive approach. And in this presence, you may feel this softening of structures of frustration, anger, structures in the body, structures in the mind, and then melt away. And in the softening, this space, you may find this quality of kindness, or generosity arising, and present here, known and lived in the body, alive in your field and your physical being, energetic being. The healing sound for the liver, associated with the springtime, the color green, is sure. So we'll inhale, exhale, sure, releasing the breath and the hands 3 times. Sure. 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 3 ping cheese. Roll those shoulders forward, leading with the elbows, crossing the left and right hemisphere. And we'll return here into your liver. Great deep gratitude for the liver, for this kindness and generosity, for the wood element, the color green, the springtime to come. We'll move now from wood to fire. So hands landing here in the heart. Just taking your time to bring your focused awareness into your heart with the softness of your smile. whatever structures of hatred or bitterness, hardness in the heart, being touched by this simple presence may soften, relax the heart. As we unclutter this heart space, feeling the presence of joy or love lived in the heart, lived in our field, and feeling the energetic space of the heart as we turn towards this basic building block of reality, this love. In its simple, pure form, as you see through the eyes of an infant, uncluttered with our ego stories, our painful experiences that create structures, blockages. Feeling that pure baby presence known in your heart. And the healing sound for the heart associated with the summertime, fire, the color red. Inhale. Ha, 3 times through the heart. Ha, ha, ha. Great big cheese. Resting in your heart, smiling into your heart. Hmm. Just noticing as we move through our practice. It's a good reminder to do less, to say less, cultivating this simple awareness, this presence. We'll thank our heart's deep gratitude for the fire element, for the heart, color red, summertime. And we'll move now from fire to earth. Hands come to the left side of the rib cage. Smiling into your spleen and stomach today. Just allowing whatever is here to be felt and seen with this neutral quality, the lightness of a smile. Feeling the luminosity of a smile touching the spleen and stomach. And in this touching, this witnessing, this holding, feeling anxiety, worry, any structures held in the body or mind fall to the earth with each exhale, relaxing, letting go. And on the other side of these structures, noticing in this spaciousness, this basic trust, turning towards that goodness of the universe, benevolence, this trust. The healing sound for the spleen and stomach, the earth element associated with late summer and the golden yellow is who. We'll inhale, right palm to the sky, left palm to the earth. We exhale as we twist to the left. Inhale, you'll hold the breath for a count of 10, and then exhale, whoo, singing through the spleen. Let's do this together. Whoo, three ping cheese. Roll your shoulders forward, leading with those elbows. And we'll rest here again in the earth element. Deep gratitude for the earth, the color yellow, golden yellow, spleen and stomach. And a deep basic trust will move now from earth into our triple burner sounds. We'll inhale a gentle sigh, integration. Ah, feeling the presence of all the colors, the sounds, the organs. As they are connected and communication, cycling through each other. Returning to the lower dantian. And then releasing your stance, shake it out whenever you're ready. As we move now from our inner alchemy practice to our cultivation and storage, sure by sure Qigong, 18 movements. So whenever you're ready, we'll mindfully step into our stance. As we land here in the practice, we inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, softening into that lower dantian breath. And feeling this release all the way through the tailbone and this integrity through the crown. The feet and tailbone, palms of the hands. They're open to the earth, the crown of the head open to the heavens. And you are orbiting in your lower dantian, center of gravity, center of being. The quality of a smile is present and known in our practice today. And we'll start with our first movement, hands waved by the lake. As we move gently into opening your heart at the top of the mountain, letting the breath and body move as one. Gently breathe into swinging the rainbow. With each movement taking new form, noticing what it is like for you to return back to that lower dantian, that center of gravity, integrating our practice with the integrity of our structure, relaxation, the muscles and fascia, the blood flow. Gently breathe into our next movement, parting the clouds to look at the sky. We're returning to center, silk floating on air. And now we'll row across the big lake. And returning to center for raising the sun. Coming back to center, gazing at the moon. And again, returning to center, rustling the lotus leaves. And we'll relax now into hands wave like clouds. And step to the side for scooping the ocean. Just taking your time, moving from your dantian. Being careful of the lower back and the knees. Feeling the strength in the lower body, lifted to the earth as you rise. And we'll float through to the other side. And we'll come through to playing with waves. And we'll step through. And again, transitioning now. Dove spreads its wings. Coming through. And back to center. The dragon emerges from the sea. We're coming into wild geese taking flight. It's available to you to come up on your tippy toes, moving through that center of gravity. And then we'll move into our windmills. And reverse when you're ready. And we'll come down into our stepping and bouncing a ball or walking on clouds, opposite foot to arm, feeling the earth receive your step. And we'll gather the fragrance of the earth. Palm over palm, resting here, focusing focusing your awareness, drawing yourself into this space in the lower belly, cultivating all of this energy. We draw it together now under our hands. And we'll seal this in, circling small to large circles in the direction of your digestion. And then we'll reverse that and coming back to center. Hands at your heart. Deep gratitude for showing up for your practice today, for showing up for this community that practices together, this Sangha. And spreading the hands, we'll share the merit of this practice with our loved ones, our larger communities, sharing it with all humans on the planet, particularly those suffering at the hands of war and violence and oppression. And we also share the merit of this practice with those that are the hands of war, violence, and oppression. May this merit of this practice enter their hearts, to their field. We share this practice with all living beings, the planet Earth herself, with all that exists in this vast, beautiful, wild cosmos. this creative, dynamic now, bringing it around, this presence, joining it with the small universe within our chi balls. Left hand is open. We raise it like the moon. Right hand is closed like the sun. Yin and yang come together. And we'll bow to our practice today. And deep gratitude for all the teachers that came before us to share this wisdom as we continue this lineage, this mind stream of knowledge. So great to be with you all. Thanks for your patience as I had some illness and travel, so I should be online as long as there's no illness that comes into play. So I do have a young child who brings a lot of viruses into the house, and I tend to catch them all as mom. So I do appreciate your patience with that. And yeah, if you can give in response to this offering, we freely give, freely receive, practicing Dana at Common Ground. You can click the link below, put my name in the teacher box, Autumn Compton. I'll get 2/3 of the donation, and a third goes to the operations of Common Ground. As always, we're meeting still on Wednesdays for Qigong as well. So hope you all have a wonderful week. And if you didn't catch at the beginning, my suggestion is to try this practice without the recording or guidance, if, especially if you've been doing it for a while, you have some body memory, and just connect to it on your own in a practice sometime before we meet again, and just deepen your connection with it in that way. I did that a lot while I was traveling and was really found it to be helpful for me. So hopefully it can be helpful for you too. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.